Hello, welcome back to Primo Calcio. We got another week review. It is match day 3 of the Serie A. I am Michael here with Anthony. How's it going, good sir?
Man, I have just been soggy all weekend
All those
with
goals,
just
huh?
all showered
With
in
goal
goals.
juice. Yeah, you've been
And
showered with goal
I
juice.
love gold juice. I love gold juice. I can't get enough of it.
Yep.
I love goals.
Especially
I
for
don't
you
know
being a Juve
what to
guy. I
cheer
mean,
for when
man.
I watch sports.
Woo.
Exactly. Well, that's why I chose to follow them. They're a real offensive powerhouse. I
Yeah,
I just love
you
just
hate defense.
just a blitz attack goals. Yeah, and I don't know
Hate
because I don't know
defense,
what to
hate
cheer for.
Catenaccio. You just,
I love
yeah.
cheering. I love clapping my hands and jumping up and down.
Yeah, we all do.
I
Yeah,
love
it's
that.
great.
And when a ball goes in the net and my team scored it, I I
You just
I
go
now know
bananas.
what to do.
You
I
just
go
lose it.
bananas. Yeah. So then I just jump up and clap and I get so
Like a
happy and
seal. Like a little
I have my
seal.
Juventus hat on, I have my jersey on, I have all my swag. I got like 3 Juventus
Oh, yeah.
chains. Yeah, dude, I get little stick-on tattoos, just because I don't have the guts to get a real one.
You know
I'm
it.
just ready to I'm ready for game time.
You're ready for goal juice, baby.
I'm
On it
ready for gold
everywhere.
juice. Guzzling.
We got Cagliari and Parma to start this show off. Cagliari, we're thinking, could be the Primo Calcio
Yeah,
team of the season.
they are.
They have so many Italians. They're all about what we're all about. If you look at their starting
Yeah,
lineup,
baby.
8 out of the 11 players are Italian, and they did get the win here. They got the win against Parma. Yuri Mina and Mattia Felici got the goals. I think Felici's actually a decent player. I noticed him a lot last year. But really, I think Caprile is an excellent keeper, and I think he should have
Yeah.
went to a bigger team because he's cheap right now and excellent value because I think he's a top keeper personally.
Well, yeah, they made a great move last year, and this just goes to show when everyone's like really creaming over Di Gregorio. I mean, there's Karnasecki and Caprile. Caprile went on loan there last year for
Yes,
Scuffe.
for nothing from
Yeah,
Napoli, and his value was under
for
10
a backup
mil.
keeper. Yeah, yeah, and he's just the eye test guys.
Yeah,
Athletic,
he's incredibly
makes big
sure. Like he's
saves.
very sure with his
Yes.
hands. Like he just is good all around.
Yeah. Yep. Good
I mean,
keeper.
you look at their team. They got Caprile, Zappa, Luperto, Prati, Foloruncio, Gaetano, Esposito, and Belotti on the starting lineup alone. Awesome. I actually thought Belotti has played the best he's looked in a long time. Because he's just been ever since his when Torino kind of ruined his career. He's just been kind of a shade of himself. But I think he looks good this year. I hope he has a good season. I really do.
Yeah, same.
All right, so now we move on. Even though the next game is the big Juve Inter blowout, we're gonna say that for a little bit later. We'll push past a couple of these other ones. We'll go to Roma
Do not.
Torino next. Yeah, we'll do this one.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Roma
Roma
Torino.
Torino. This is kind of what I expect from Roma this year. I think that they're gonna look good,
Yeah.
but and then they did 22 shots versus 8. 73% possession. I mean, they dominated the game, but they couldn't really
Yep.
find that win, and that's kind of what Gasparini is a little bit known for. And Torino wins it with a nice Gio Simeone goal. Excellent goal, by the way. Once again, a
Yeah.
player
Great
I
goal.
thought should be on a different team. I don't know why he's sitting on Torino.
Yeah.
But
Well, Napoli definitely upgraded a bunch, and yeah, it's unfortunate he went to Torino, but yeah, I mean, he's always been a good backup. He plays his heart out. I mean, I like Simeone a whole bunch, but I believe Dybala in this game went off injured, so that's a bummer.
yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if he's injured or not, but yeah, that is rough. But I mean,
Yeah, maybe.
it's
Yeah,
kind of a weird lineup here. They put Sule Dybala up there. I mean, I just don't get it.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he's weird.
I
Yeah,
mean, they have
Gasparini's a strange
Ferguson.
man.
Why not run
Yeah,
Ferguson up top and put Dybala Sule behind him? It's
right.
just really weird. I don't know. Gasparini, I think he's going to do well,
I
but I think he's going to let people down at Roma, just like Roma always said. They're going to get close and then fail. I think so. They might get fourth place, but I'm leaning fifth or sixth for them.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you have Dybala, you don't really need to go all that like guns blazing stuff.
Right? They're going to put him up
Dybala
against strikers too.
just give him the ball and let him dictate stuff. Yeah, you gotta have guys that can, put him next to a big, strong guy. Get the guys in the wing that can, run overlaps and do some of the dirty work. Dybala's not going to get back and play defense. He
Right.
shouldn't have to.
But you also know
So
that
yeah,
like he's very
yeah,
injury prone, and if you're making him play up top as like a false nine, he's going to be battling with the center backs who are usually stronger a lot more often, and you're probably more likely to get injured. Why not put him behind a striker who's actually going to occupy these guys, give him some space to run into like you should? It just doesn't make any
yeah.
sense to me.
This was the first game he did this so far this year. Maybe he had an idea
Yeah,
and
well, that
it,
idea's
it
gotta
didn't work
stop.
out. Yeah, yeah. If it continues, then we have a problem. But I
That
think he'll
idea's gotta
figure that
stop.
that
And
was
and
not the
he
right
needs
move.
to stop running Cristante and just put Basile in. Basile's got a lot of talent. He needs to play now. Cristante is the peak of what he'll ever be. He's got to it's just done. But
I
either
have
way,
no idea why coaches continue to play Cristante. No, no
I
clue.
mean,
Absolutely
guess
none.
who didn't? Ranieri didn't. He played him in like the last few games of
Yeah,
the season. He started getting some more minutes, but he did not play for a long time. At least he didn't start.
yeah.
So.
Ranieri's a great coach.
Yep. Baldanzi got some minutes, at least in the end. El Shaarawy had an
Hey,
amazing shot. It would have been great for winning. He had a remarkable volley. He's just a talented dude. So, but it's
yeah,
nice to see those guys playing. But I want to see Baldanzi and Piscili get more minutes.
yeah.
Okay, we move on.
Agree. I agree with you.
We'll end with the Juve Inter and then the Fiorentina Napoli since Napoli's going for it.
Yeah.
Okay, we move
Okay.
on to Atalanta Lecce. Atalanta
Wow.
4-1 versus Lecce.
There we go.
Albini gets a goal. CDK gets 2 goals back on it, and Zalewski. I think Zalewski's an underrated player. I think he's excellent,
Yep.
and especially at wingback. And I don't think Inter should have got rid of him. I think Inter's going to pay the price for that.
I mean, I think the big takeaway here was that Scalvini has been getting back in the swing of things. This
Yeah,
is like
he doesn't
we
look great
need a good
defensively yet,
defender.
but
He's never going to, man.
yeah, I know.
That's the problem. These guys cannot play defense. They just can't. But he's a right-sided center back
Yep,
in a three-man back line that we
he's the great
desperately
hope for
need.
that. Yep.
He is the great white
Because if
hope.
you
Yeah.
put Scalvini, if you put Buongiorno and you put Calafiore on Italy's team, I like that a lot. But Scalvini's not fully back yet. He's got to get there. Got to get there.
Yeah. We need him to have, he needs to have, and I always said this in the past, he needs to have a full season
Full season.
injury-free to really just develop. If he loses another season, his career's over.
Yeah, this is a make or break season from. This is what we saw happen
Yeah.
with Zaniolo. Like he had his 2 big injuries and he came back and he was just off and on playing, injured out here and there. Scalvini needs to have consistency right now.
Yeah.
He probably shouldn't take big risks and just play consistently and then slowly but surely get back to full. But that's what I want to see, and he did stay healthy, so I'm glad to see that.
Yeah.
My boy Skamaka is injured again.
Oh yeah.
He's always
Yeah.
injured,
Didn't he
man.
get injured he got injured at the training camp.
Yeah, injured in training for Italy, and he's been out again. It's like,
Yeah.
it's too bad.
He's not even injured. I bet you he's not even injured. I bet you just likes to just collect his fat check, go to the tattoo parlor, take extended poops
And then when he
you know,
feels like
get on his
he's gonna
ass.
play, he plays for 2 games. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
There's no way.
But
I'm not
Atalanta
buying it.
look great. I like to watch Lecce to see if Camarda's gonna play, but he barely got any minutes here. They ran Stulic. Like, all right, I don't know why they're running Stulic,
They got
but
dude, they got Stulich, dude. It's a great
that's
Stulich.
Stulic. He was okay, but all right, we move along. Pisa Udinese. Udinese is been looking okay. They won
Couldn't care less
1-0
about
with a
this
goal
guy.
from Iker Bravo. Pisa, I like to see how Gilardino's doing. Personally, though, so I kind of like to see if he's able to take this team up. They had Inzaghi in Serie B, and he had this team going. I think if he would have stayed, they would have been all right, but he is not. But
Yeah.
either way, Udinese gets the win. We move forward. Udinese, in my opinion, is one of the most pointless teams in Serie A. They're always mega foreign. They never actually push for a title. They're just there. So, never been a
Great.
fan of them. All right, Sassuolo Lazio. Say I see Sassuolo, man.
Sarri is not my favorite coach in the world. Ravello is another guy that got injured in Italy training. That's actually why he didn't play, by the way. I didn't know that. And he went off early with an injury. I think it was in the first half, like in 38th minute or something. So that hurts.
They're
And then
still
they
running
just didn't get anything
freaking.
rolling.
Still running that 3. I just one game.
Yeah.
I just one game. Want to see Rovella Guendouzi and Bellihan. I want to stop seeing Bele Bashiru, who does nothing for 17 games, then has one good game. I just need him to not be starting a game anymore.
I totally agree.
But I don't think it's gonna change.
No, he's got his guys. He likes his guys.
Yeah. Guys. I don't know. I think Lazio is gonna be very, very similar to Roma. They're gonna have periods of form where they're gonna look fantastic, and then they're gonna just bomb it a few times, and that's gonna be their
Yep.
season. So they'll be in the European place hunt for sure. Milan Bologna.
This is one of the games I didn't watch. Then I knew you had this one covered, so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did
yeah.
watch a lot of games this weekend, though.
classic formation that they've been running here. Mayana net, Tamori, Gabia, Pavlovic on the back line. Tamori played quite well. Gabia played quite well. Pavlovic was bad, and he got subbed out. And it was good that he got subbed out because De Winter is, you can tell he's just got a higher IQ than Pavlovic, as it's not hard to have one. So I'm glad to see him out of that lineup. Hopefully he does not get the start next game. Salamakers, who's been fantastic. It was Modric with Fofana and Rabiot in the midfield. Estupinian at wing back. He was decent this game. He wasn't terrible. He was bad in defense as usual, but he was okay going forward, as is his MO. And Loftus-Cheek and Jimenez up top, which I think that's a pretty bad combo. Jimenez worked hard this game. He usually isn't as hard worker, but he worked really hard this game, so he definitely helped the team out. Just not the level of Milan quality. Loftus-Cheek and Fofana, I just think should not be on the starting lineup, but Allegri, likes his old dark-skinned players. He just does it, man. So that's how he goes. He's got
They're
a
going to be in
passion for
every.
it. Yeah, I mean,
They're going to be in every lineup, no matter how bad
it's
they
like
play.
a running joke. He's
Yeah,
if you're a darker skinned player and you're strong, he's gonna like you, whether you're good or not. He's gonna like it. So that's what he does.
Oh yeah,
But
he loves it.
I think Loftus-Cheek is gonna have a role to play, probably as like a sub because he is good going forward. Fofana, everybody knows that he's got to be out of the team. So yeah, he's got to go. He's got to go.
Yeah.
Modric, I don't know, man. I don't know how he does it, but I haven't got to see him play a lot at Real Madrid because he's, I don't watch a lot of Madrid, but I know he's a top class player and has been. The guy's way better than I even thought he is. He's so much better than everybody on the field. It's quite remarkable. I don't know. It's special to watch him. I think if you guys get a chance, even if you're not Milan fans, and it's a good idea to watch him play while you can. He's a special player, and you should enjoy it while you can. He's incredibly smart. He's always in the right spot. He does everything, and even at 40, he puts in some of the hardest work rate of anybody out there. He's just thinking steps ahead of people, and it is really fun to watch for people who love the game and like to kind of enjoy the finer aspects of the game.
Well, it's nice seeing too because he grew up, the prime of his career playing against way better players. So now he's out here playing, and it's like playing a bunch of kids. It's like taking candy from a baby out there for him. The quality of the level of the game is so low that he can do this at was he 40 years old?
40 years old, yeah. He just had his 40th birthday. Yep.
Yeah, I mean it's amazing, and it's actually not amazing. It just goes to show how low quality everything is. He's that much better, that much smarter, that much more skilled. It's just it speaks volumes to the overall standard of the modern game.
It does. No, it does. And I really do. I mean, I think people should watch a few games, even if you go back and just to watch his performance. The dude is everywhere on the field, always making the right calls, and even pops in with a goal at D-mid.
Sweet. Hell yeah, baby. How was Rabiot?
Rabiot was
Rabiot.
fantastic. Rabiot was fantastic. He comes with drama because he comes with his mama. You like that?
Who cares?
But you see, he's a really good player. He's solid across the board. He's a true center mid. He can do everything. He covers in defense. He runs all game long in attack. He's a good player. I think everybody who's a Milan fan knows the starting lineup in midfield should be Modric, Ricci, Rabiot. It has to be because when they took Loftus-Cheek and Fofana off and they put on Pulisic and Ricci, the team looked and De Winter. All of those three players looked way better. De Winter's a smarter player than Pavlovic. He should be getting the starting spot. Ricci is very positionally sound and allows Modric to do what Modric needs to do. And Pulisic is just a hard worker and a good player. So that should be your starting lineup pretty much. And once Leao comes back, we'll see what they do up top. But that's how it needs to be run. And I think everybody knows it, but like he's got his passions there, and we'll see how it goes. But Milan played a gross game. The game was nasty. It was very ugly. This is classic Allegri ball, but you just knew. Because Allegri, they're going to sneak a random weird goal in. Get that.
Yeah, baby.
Modric comes through.
Yeah, baby.
Late run. One of my favorite players on the team, Salamakers, who's I think an incredibly underrated player. I'm glad
He's
Allegri
an awesome player.
Likes him. Fantastic, man. Runs all game long and actually has quality too. He's got great feet.
Yeah.
Looks excellent ball across. He doesn't just blast the ball in the middle of the box and hope for something to happen. He actually times it, paces it out, and Modric makes a nice sneaky run and buries it. That's it. That's all. It's like one nice play, and then they just defended the rest of the game.
Beautiful.
And Gabia, I think Gabia and Tamori were fantastic. They were excellent. Good to see Tamori actually playing well again, and Gabe is just playing like I'm glad they put him in the center because he's very positionally sound and good in the air, and he played excellent. So good to see that.
How was Cambiaghi?
Cambiago was decent. He didn't really have a great game this game. Orsolini wasn't amazing. Fabian's a guy I'm watching it, and he also didn't have a good game. I just didn't think that in general Bologna just didn't play well. They did not look great. They didn't look anywhere near as threatening as they looked last year. I think they missed Dan and Doy a lot. He was just
Well,
very, very
Allegri
dangerous.
does have a way of neutralizing people.
Oh, for sure.
He's amazing at it. So, no, I'm jealous of this play style. I'm just certainly not jealous of your roster. I'm not really
Yeah.
proud of mine either, but I'm definitely not jealous of yours. But the
He
play
does have
style,
well
your
isolated.
manager, yeah, yeah. I this is like the classic Allegri shit show, and I love it.
Yeah, if people don't know how Max Allegri plays, just watch this game. It is ugly. It is gross. You don't really want to like. It's not like inspiring, but you just know they're gonna win. You just know if
What
it's a
you know? What's
close game, they're gonna win.
inspiring? Goals.
Oh, we're about to get some goals. You just wait. One last thing I want to say about
Damn it.
this.
Are we not segueing into that yet? No.
No,
I
no.
thought I
One
had.
last
I
thing I
thought
want
I
to say.
nailed it.
Bologna had 61% possession and only got 5 shots. Milan had 39% possession and 14 shots. That's the difference
Good addition.
in Max Allegri's efficiency, right? It's a
Yeah.
gross game, but he'll make it.
Yeah. It's not a beauty contest.
No, and he knows it. And and he pulled the classic Allegri. He took the jacket off. The shirt was about to come off, but he said he got caught. So and then he got a red card because he was mad about a penalty that actually should have been a penalty.
uh,
Milan did kind of get screwed. I'm not a big fan of moaning about the ref, but they did get screwed that game as far as that one of the penalties goes. And Kunku looked good. And Kunku looked good. One thing I'll say about the guy, I'm worried about his injury history for sure, but he can play. At least we know he's gonna be good.
yeah, yeah.
All right, we move along. We move along to Verona Cremonese. The wheels have stopped turning.
Oh
A team they
man.
should have beaten, now they don't win. Too bad.
Cream on these. They're dropping.
Cream
They're
knees.
yeah. Cream knees.
No, they Cremonese
Cream on these.
should have won this game. They're it's I mean with how they started, but it is what it is. I mean sometimes you can't hold fire that long.
No.
Como, as we kind of expected, is coming back down on the size. I just don't think they're worth all the hype that people are giving them. Like everybody's like, Como's gonna be amazing. I think Como's gonna be within the top 10 for sure. I just don't think they're gonna get a European spot. They tied Genoa. Genoa's a very, very organized team. Very late goal from Ekuban. Nico Paz with another goal. He's definitely their star.
Oh yeah.
All right, now we
All
get
right.
into the last two here. Let's start with the Napoli game.
Napoli.
All right,
Yeah.
so Napoli versus Fiorentina. Fiorentina is a team that I like a lot. I thought that they ran a better midfield here. Pongracic is still playing. Muto should be in the middle. Pongracic should be out of the lineup.
Totally agree.
And it really matters. So those two guys are there. Doro, Mondragora, Fagioli, Som, and Gosens. Perfect across the line. That's perfect. Keane, Dzeko, I'm fine with that too. You know, it's either Dzeko for two big bodies or you put Goodmanson in. I like the rest. I do not like the defense of putting Pongracic in the center or even on the field in general and Kamuto on the right. They're weak at those positions.
I don't love the Keane Jekyll. I think Goodmanson is such a good player. I don't know how you aren't starting him if how old is Jekyll now? And
I
he
think he's
still
close to
has quality,
40.
but like, dude, let him sub and
Dzeko
score
needs to be a
clutch goals
late game
late in the
guy,
game.
or you
Yeah,
take
let
off
him
a
be a late game
midfielder.
sub. Dude, Goodmanson should absolutely be starting. No doubt. I do not think Pioli's a very good coach. I
No,
think you like him more than I do.
no, no, no,
And
no.
I don't think either of us think
Pioli
he's
is a
amazing.
basic coach, and I think his tactically he's awful. That's what I've always said for Milan.
Yeah.
He's great at man management. People love him. He's going to get the best out of a lot of guys. His tactically, he is very, very bad.
Yeah, he's quite bad. Pongracic should not be anywhere near the field.
He's
This
in the
guy is
center,
so bad. He's in the most important. He's the dumbest person in the defense, and he's playing in the middle.
and
Like absolutely
Camuso's
not.
not good at. He's not that great at right center back. He makes a little too brash of challenges. When he's in the center, he's been a lot
Yep.
better. So put him on his strength, and if you have to run Pongracic, at least put him at least switch where they are. I don't
I
like
mean, quite
this.
frankly, this team performed way better because they Palladino was really trying to mix and match stuff, especially with some of the drama he had last year with the team. They basically rebuilt. They lost Bove, which changed a lot for them because he was such an important player for how they had come out with their
Yeah,
original
he's
setup.
a worker.
And then, and then they like completely reshaped the team in January. So he kept trying to. They never were successful with the 3-man back line. Camuzzo and Ranieri do very well together side by side. The one time they did well with a 3-man back line, Camuzzo was in the middle.
Exactly.
Camuzzo is not good on the edge like that. I don't like it. I don't know why Pioli keeps doing this. It doesn't make any sense.
No, I
Furthermore, Goodmanson's one of your most talented players, and he's on the freaking bench.
think he
Was
might
he
have been
injured?
injured. Yeah, I think he's injured.
All right. Okay. Well, that
Yeah.
explains it. That's fine.
Either
So
way, though,
I,
you could run Fazzini up there and whatnot, who has
yeah,
looked good. I mean, there's other options
Platini
there.
has nothing.
I think something's
Okay.
got to happen because VT is also like a left-footed defender. So is Ranieri. I really think they should be running VT, Kamutsa, and Ranieri. If VT
Yeah.
could just play that right side and just say, okay, who cares about his ability to go forward because Ranieri is better at that,
Yes.
then this would be okay. I think they at least deserve. Purely should at least try that one. Should try running VT Kamutsa Ranieri. At least give it a
VD
shot.
can absolutely play the right side. It's completely overrated having the side the foot being on
Yeah,
a certain
exactly.
side. It's totally overrated.
I
Yeah.
agree, especially if your primary ability is just defend, right?
Right.
But the rest of the team I like. If they would have changed that around here, and then I mean they didn't have Goodmanson here, but you can run Fazzini and bring Dzeko later. I think Dzeko should be used as a sub for Keane when he needs to not play a game,
Absolutely.
or late game you need a goal, you take off a midfielder and you put on Dzeko up there and you run Goodmanson behind Keane and Dzeko to have
Yeah.
another presence up there. That's how you should be used.
But regardless, the power of Conte has overwhelmed them.
I mean, De Bruyne got a goal, Bookema got a goal, and Hoyland's goal was good. As I said, I think Hoyland's going to be excellent for Napoli. I think he's actually going to outcompete Luca. I just think he's going to be a better player.
I do not second guess Conte's choices, and even Mana at this point either. I mean, Mana's done nothing but a very good job, and Conte is the best at getting players to perform and putting them in the right spots. He's not technically rigid and understands the game very well. So yeah, he's Highland's going to be very good
I
there.
just think he's going to be a better player. I know that Milan was linked with them, and it was like a 5 mil loan, just cheap with an option to buy. I would have taken that no problem. Like, there's no risk. Like, okay, 5 mil loan. If he
Right?
fails, you send him back. They should have struck that deal immediately, been done. But he was holding out because not convinced about Milan. Milan was kind of like kind of like tiptoeing around it, didn't just go in on it. And then Napoli's like, no, we want him. He's available right now for a good price. He's a ton of talent. Man U is like where careers go to die. So I'm going to get him out of that environment. And I think he's going to be great. It's only one goal, but I just have a good feeling about this. He's a good athlete. He's big. He's actually filled out a lot too, so he's got a lot stronger, and he's quick. He's very quick for his
Yeah.
size. I think he's going to be a good player. He's going to fit, and he works hard. He works very hard. He's going to fit Conte's style a lot. So
Totally agree.
Napoli's freaking awesome. I love watching that Napoli. It's nice to have a
Yeah,
team that I
same.
actually enjoy watching who's actually good this year because I'm not proud of Milan. That's for sure right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care about flags and stuff like that. If a team that I grew up watching and loved is no longer, they're a shadow of themselves. They're not a defensively sound team. They have no passion. They don't have any Italians on the team. I don't care. That's not the same team. So, Napoli is a team that has my favorite coach, in the game.
Yep. Same.
They're bringing in a ton of Italians now. I mean, their bench has a bunch of Italians on it, so they're
Yeah.
not just doing this, not just cherry picking. They're trying to build a culture, which is great, and they're trying to build their youth system. I love what they're doing, and I enjoy watching them every week, and I really don't care if people don't like that.
I really want to see Marinucci get some minutes too.
Yes, that's my biggest thing that I want to see so far. Conte will get him in probably in the Champions League games or in the because he doesn't care about those
Copa.
or the
Yeah,
Copa.
Copa's that's what Copa should be used for. Getting these guys who get guys like Hassa, guys like Marinucci, get these young guys who don't read a lot of minutes. Get some minutes because you might uncover a special talent there. That's why he should be.
Oh, he will. Conte's old school with that. He did that last year. He just started all his
good.
backups, every single one of them in the Copa. That's exactly what that tournament's for.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Here we go.
Napoli
We're getting into this
looks
game
good.
now.
Yeah. This is the reason for the thumbnail. I just love goals.
Ooh, baby, I love him so much.
Don't you? Juve versus
Yeah.
Inter, an absolute wild game. People say they love it.
Yeah.
I think it was really gross and sloppy. But hey,
I
you did
totally
have
agree
some
with
good
you.
goals, especially from Shahanoglu and Adzic
Yeah.
and Yildiz. Those goals were
Yep.
fantastic. Um,
Yeah.
Here's the lineup: Gregorio, Gatti, Bremer, Kelly. Dude, just stop playing Kelly. I mean, I know
No,
he
never going
scores a
to.
goal, but he also costs you a couple. Halulu,
Yeah.
Coop Miners, Locatelli, Turam, McKennie, Yildiz, Vlahovic.
Yep.
At least they're running Coop Miners
Okay.
with Locatelli and Turam so they can cover up for him, because I think in a double pivot it's really bad, but if you have three, it's not as bad.
Yeah, he was once again though he was completely dreadful and did nothing.
Yeah,
So I
of
mean, he's
course. He's
completely used.
a nice player.
This is exactly where I would play him too. Like in I, you play him in the two behind the striker. He has very limited responsibility, so you don't need him to be good at anything.
No, and if he
And
messes
he
up, he's
still
far enough
can't
away from your
deliver.
goal. Of
Yeah, he still can't deliver, dude.
course not.
He was invisible, horrible, and oh, it's so
Coop's got to
frustrating.
go, man. I mean, even
Yeah,
if
he
there's some
does.
career left, even for just for himself, he's got to go, so he can at least like
Yeah,
get some
absolutely.
minutes somewhere else. It's a good thing for both Coop and for Juve for him to go.
Yes, he can go somewhere else and have a great career. It's not good. He's never gotten
Not
it done
happening
here.
here.
I've actually never seen an implosion so embarrassing as this one.
Is rough. Inter
Yeah, it's
ran
bad.
Sommer, Bastoni, Acerbi, Akanji, Augusto, Mkhitaryan, Çalhanoğlu, Barella, Dumfries, Martinez, and Thuram. Basically, almost a mirror formation. And the game started off with Juve taking the lead. Çalhanoğlu had an awesome goal, and then Yildiz with another fantastic goal. Inter, they thought was going to start pulling ahead, and then two late goals, Thuram, and then Odzic with the last minute stunner. It's an awesome shot too from a kid to win it. What do you think about this game? I thought it was a total mess, but Juve somehow pulled it off. But what do you think about this
Really
game?
agree. It was an absolute total mess. It was a complete disaster, and we're very lucky that Odzic decided to rip that shot at that time. I mean, Kefren Turam's goal. It was so. This is exactly what we say about Bastoni all the time. We have been saying this for what? I mean, before we started this cast, we've been saying this for a long time, but since day one of this cast, Bastoni is completely overrated as a defender. He is the epitome of a modern defender. He can't defend for beans. He has no idea how to read a ball in the air. He's non-confrontational, doesn't tackle well. He's good at chasing a play down from behind. That's what he can do. That's not the skill of a center back that you want. This was, I mean, there's not even effort here. And it's supposedly against a rival. I mean, you got brothers out there making jokes and screwing around the whole game. So I don't know how much of a rivalry it really is, but it's a massive moment if you did care, if you happen to care about it. And he just not even concerned with marking his man, completely unconcerned about his primary responsibility of actually defending. So very embarrassing. But I have a theory with this game, and what they did was they took out all the bums, and he did it in the most random way. This wasn't his intention or master plan. Tudor took out all the bums from last year that would choke in clutch moments, and he put on just all our new guys. So we actually came through.
Yeah,
This week.
exactly right.
But the starting lineup is very confusing to me. I mean, I'm never going to be satisfied with Kelly in the lineup. I'm never going to be satisfied with Coop Miners in the lineup. But Coop Miners has been, or Vlahovic has been so good coming off the bench. And you're going against Acerbi, who's amazing at shutting down big, strong
You said it right there.
strikers.
That is exactly what I always say. That's exactly the person who shuts a guy like Vlahovic down. Cherby loves strong strikers. Who does he hate? Quick guys. Why would you not run Openda? Like that's
Openda or David.
exactly who Cherby's going to struggle with. Well, especially Openda. Openda's fast. David's decent.
Yeah.
Openda's fast.
We had two
man.
options there for him, and you can't even pick the square peg round hole,
Yeah,
man. Like,
it's
come on,
so
dude.
bad.
It's not that complicated. This is why Tudor will never be a great coach. And
He can't
I
see
think
that.
he's
He
done a pretty
can't see
decent job.
that.
Yeah, it's so obvious.
Oh man.
You're literally putting Vlahovic in the worst possible position for him. Here, go against a guy that's amazing at shutting you down. You get to finally start, but this guy's you're really going to be up against it. We have literally the kryptonite for Acerbi on the bench.
Yep. And
So it's
vice
baffling.
versa, you have Vlahovic as a kryptonite literally playing against him. Just don't you
Yep.
know who's starting that game. Why would you run this? It makes no sense. And Bastoni's really bad at marking these quick guys too. Like this, it just makes no sense.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Couldn't agree more.
I think that the Juve would have had a much easier time if they ran, if they definitely ran Openda or David or both. Like it's just or just
Yeah.
just take out Coop and just run both of them up there, and then the Cherby's going to really struggle.
Well, eventually they did, and it started to work.
Uh,
So, I mean, as soon as they got rid of some of the bums, things started to
yeah,
work itself out. Yeah. So it's man, just really gross game. I mean I didn't find it that exciting. I know that goals are exciting, and I should
and Odzic
you know,
goal was pretty exciting though. That's a good
Oz's
freaking
goal,
goal, man. He's just like
that was a
standing
spank.
still. He's not even running it.
Yeah,
Like watch this goal, dude. He
it's
just
just a
stands still
spank,
and
dude.
rips it.
Boom.
Like that's great, man.
Yeah, it's just a spank.
Yeah,
Sweet.
some people can just rip a shot, and it's nice that Juve has somebody who can do that.
Yeah,
So we know
yeah.
Yildiz can do it. Odzic, I think probably even has a more powerful shot. He just
Shalanoglu,
ripped it. Yeah, Sean
Yildiz,
can
Vlahovic.
blast.
Yeah. Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of long range rips. I mean, that's cool. Yeah, that's fine. A lot of sloppy defending. I didn't really feel the same tension that I used to feel with this rivalry. I
No,
think a lot of the
no, those are gone.
venom is gone.
It's gone.
Yeah, a lot of the venom is gone. And I always want to beat Inter. I don't like Inter, but I don't hate them like I used to. They're literally destroyed Serie A with
Yeah, man.
Calciopoli, and they have a lot to pay for.
The rivalry is
But
gone because there's no
all
more
those
difference in
guys are gone.
philosophy. The thing is, there's
Yeah,
no more
exactly.
difference in philosophy. There's no more hatred. Like I hate what you stand for, right? And that's like the deepest thing
Yeah,
that you can say in
exactly.
this game. That doesn't exist anymore. You basically stand for the same thing. It used
Right.
to be like Inter wanted a very foreign team, Internazionale di Milano. Juve was basically almost all Italian, right? That's half of the reason why Milan Inter was a big rivalry too. Yeah, those rivalries are dead now. Like we pretend like they're real rivalries now because you're so ingrained in your ways. But like you said, there's two brothers hanging out like there. Like there's no real animosity. There's no big battles of this guy hates this guy. Like, that doesn't exist right now.
Dude, if I played on the opposite team as you, you know how you would feel that game. You know how I would go out of my way to make sure you had a horrible, horrible game. They're just screwing around in key time, in the most important moments of the game. I'm like, what the hell is this shit? What am I watching? I'm just watching, millionaires, jack off for 90 minutes.
Yeah, I think
What is this
money
crap?
has changed a lot. Moneyball has changed a lot
Yeah,
because now you don't have those passions because they're not playing for the badge. Oftentimes they're playing for the next step in their career or to just get their paycheck and post on social media. That has changed a
yeah.
lot, and that's the thing that a lot of people they know it. It's not lost on a lot of people, but the newer fans they just like the goals. So people are probably gonna be talking about that one now. There's is Juve gonna win the Scudetto? This and this. No, they're probably not gonna win the Scudetto, but I do think that they'll be in the hunt for a little bit. Just because I think the rest of Serie A's people think it's stronger. I think it's weaker, personally.
Oh, it's weak. No,
But
Serie A's weaker. Yeah, it's definitely weaker.
I think the
I mean,
team's
the
gonna
problem
beat
is,
each other up.
Inter was playing so well for so long, and they're definitely sliding. They're on a downward slide,
That's what we
which is
thought,
a
though.
shame for Italian, shame for Calcio. But it is what it is. And like besides Napoli, and they're becoming powerful, but they're not at the peak yet, which is actually scary for all
Right.
their competitors. But they're not at the peak yet. They still have a lot of room to grow, but as the kids say, they're trending in the right direction.
They are.
Juventus is a totally average team. Milan's a totally average team. I think Milan actually has a slightly more talented roster because of specific players, but these are average teams. And I mean, Roma's average, Fiorentina's average. I mean,
Below
these are just a
average, yeah.
bunch of average teams. So it's all up for grabs, really. I mean, all Napoli at this
It's
point can do is
just
screw everything
Napoli,
up.
and the only reason why I think that Napoli might even be in the hunt with everybody is just because they have Champions League, on top of that, and that is definitely going to play a role. If they just had Serie A, I don't think this would be a contest. I think Napoli would walk away with it because they actually added depth to their team. They kept all their important pieces and they added depth. No other team has done that so far. Milan has had another revolution. Juve was kind of still suffering from all the mistakes that the Junce made. Roma, I thought started off the Mercato doing well, and then the last like several picks, like they just started buying guys, and their team is just like they just have I think too many people just got brought in, and it's gonna change the
They
dynamic
do.
too much to actually be what Roma should be. So this and then Atalanta, I don't think is gonna do much. They lost the piece that made them special, and that's Gasparini. So they're gonna kind of fall off at some point as usual.
Yeah.
So and I think Bologna is going to be weaker this year. They lost, again, you can't keep losing your best few players. Like you can't keep losing. They lost what? Who did they lose the first time? They lost Calafiore, and they lost who's the good guy that they lost as well?
Dan and Doy,
Beside the year before that, I forget. There was
Kima,
two
Dan and
people.
Doy,
Yeah.
Xerxes.
Xerxes,
Yeah,
They lost Xerxes, lost Calafiore, and then this past year, they lost Indoy, and then book him out. You can't keep doing that and sustain this. You just can't. Like, they'll
this
be
is the problem
okay,
with
but they won't
Serie
be
A.
good.
Is they I think teams are taking the wrong approach. And yes, FIFA Fair Trade is such a scam. It's such a
Yeah, you know it.
it. We could do a whole show on that, but I don't think we want to get into it right now. But it's completely corrupt BS that's just aimed to just destroy Italy. But there's also another way to build the team. There's also, you don't just have to buy players. I know you're going to sell T-shirts, and that's what you want to do, because that's what these new owners that don't actually give a crap about their teams care about. You think they're struggling to sell shirts in Napoli right now? So they have to they sell all their best players off every year. What do you think's going to happen? You're not going to continue to grow like that. You're going to just either stay the same or dip. So this is my complaint with Juve. Like, we're gonna, like last year with you guys with Reinders. I mean, can you
Yeah.
imagine if you would have kept Reinders with the moves you guys made too? I mean, that's
I
wow.
know.
You
I
got
always say it though.
whole
Like, if Milan would have just stopped selling their best player every year. Like, they sold Kessie, then they sold Tonali, then they sold Reinders. That is a world class midfield. Kessie, Tonali, Reinders.
yeah,
Because now Reinders is free to play
amazing.
attack and not have to defend, which he's not good at. Tonali can do it all,
And
and
they
then Kessie can play D. Like, that's what you need. Instead, we have
and
none of
they've
that.
been there for 5 years. By the
Correct.
time you bring these new
They know
guys
the
in,
culture.
there's a
They represent
hierarchy.
Milan.
Yes,
Yep.
it's all just random mercenaries. That's not just being mean. It's all random
Nope.
mercenaries dressing up in Milan or Juventus costumes for Halloween. That's what they're doing. And we're just watching just an AI game. If I would turn on the video game, the FIFA, and just watch a simulated game, I don't really see the difference anymore. It's
Wild.
kind of the same.
Wild,
It's
man.
it's I don't care who are these people. What?
They're,
Oh, they kissed the badge. Wow.
look at so it's
Okay.
as I say, they keep doing like these revolutions every year, and you just
Yeah.
don't need it. Like, you're gonna create not a very symbiotic group here by doing this and changing things ever. So Milan this season alone loaned out Komoto, Colombo, Camarda. They loan with option Chukwueze, Morata, Benacer, Lazatic, Davis Vasquez, Luka Jovic, Calabria, Terracciano, Bondo, Sportiella, Pobega, Jimenez, Pellegrino, Yunus Musa, Adli, Emerson Royale, Pierre Klulu, Noah Okafor, Teo Hernandez, Malik Chia, and Tijani Reinders.
God,
You see, that's
Jesus. That's all the
ridiculous.
sales.
That's
Yeah,
that's
dude.
all the
It's a
outgoing.
freaking garage sale, dude.
Yeah, the incoming is what do we call it? Pietro Terracciano, the goalie, Modric, Odogu, who's like, why you buy Odogu? Just get a young Italian. Rabio, Athakame, or Estupinian, De Winter, Ricci, Jashari, Nkunku. Like, you're just like replacing your entire team every year. Even if these guys are good, like,
Yeah,
how are you gonna build a culture? How are you gonna fit in? Like, it's just gonna be
because
crazy. There's no adaptation.
they get the money for the outs in full, and they can amortize the ins,
Of course.
and it shows a positive sign on their balance sheet,
Yep.
and that's all they care about. And the fans justify it because they're zombified, and they have, like, I was joking around earlier. They got the chain, they got all the shirts, they got the hats, they got the tats, they got the banner in their room. They
Yep.
sit there and they whack it into Milan socks. This is what they do.
They had
So
a net gain this Mercato. They had a net
they had
gain
what?
this Mercato. They are
Yeah,
positive 14 mil, and they only bought one player that Allegri wanted.
that's all that matters, though, is
One.
that they
They
got the
gave him
14
one
mil.
player. They gave him Rabio, and the team does look better with him in it. Like, if you
Of
just
course,
gave him the people he wanted, yeah,
Rabio's
Milan
actually a good
probably
player.
could challenge for the Scudetto. Even though I don't think they're a great team, if you gave him the couple players he wanted Vlahovic, he wanted Leone, he wanted Rabio, and he got one of them.
Well, it doesn't even matter, like, what you do over the course of one season too. Like, who are you going to add next season? What are the
No,
additions you're going to
they're
make?
just gonna do they're gonna sell the people who gained in value, and they're gonna make money off that.
Yeah,
They're going to buy some 20 million signings again and just rinse and repeat every single
yeah,
year because it's working, and the fans keep buying tickets, keep buying jerseys. So
yeah.
If you like
exactly.
this, I mean, more power to you. If you don't, and you're somehow still supporting it, like part of the problem.
I don't even know if they know if they like it or not. I just think that it's like part of like
Oh, the
the
identity,
an
yeah,
identity
yeah,
crisis. Yeah, yeah. It's like, oh, this is what I chose. This is my team.
yep. Well,
You know.
I mean, it is what it is, but I was saying it is nice to watch Napoli because I respect what they're doing. I like the coach. I like that Napoli's actually doing it the right way,
Yeah.
and I hope that they go far in Champions League. I really do. Inter, I guess we'll kind of talk a little bit about Inter and Juve's
Yeah.
prospects this year. I think that's kind of how we should round out this cast here.
Yeah.
So Inter's a team that I think we both thought was going to fall off, not as drastically as everybody thinks they will, and we thought Kivu would be the X factor here. If he does poorly, that obviously the team's not going to be as well. And I think that's just how it's going to go. I think Inter is not going to be as strong as they were last year. I think they've had two really hard fought years. I just think a lot of the players are going to be exhausted, like not like physically, is it's not that bad. I think it's like mentally of grinding and grinding and failing on all fronts. I think so. It's going to play a role, and I don't know if they're going to do anything special this year. Juve he's probably going to be out for the Scudetto. I think they got a little bit of something special about him. They sort of just getting the job done, but I don't think they're going to be strong enough to challenge Napoli unless Napoli starts messing up in the Champions League.
Yeah. I mean, but Juventus is in the Champions League too. So it
That's
really
true.
for me with Juventus, I don't think you win a Scudetto when you can't play defense. I just
No,
don't.
yeah, you
I
don't.
don't see that. Especially when they line up against each other. I mean,
I think they said it's only happened like
Juventus.
one time in the past 10 years where the team without the best defense won it. I think it was like Sari's or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't
probably.
remember who it was, but
At
there's
that
only
point,
one
we were on
team.
autopilot, but it was, we were just about to start, crashing with the autopilot. No, I don't see. I don't like this Juventus team very much at all. I haven't for a while. I don't see how they're doing the same thing Milan did. If you look at our sheet, I'm sure it's the same. We have tons of
Oh yeah.
outs, tons of ins. It's going to be like this
Well,
every year.
Comoli came
So they're
from
just
Toulouse, no?
yeah, exactly.
And
So they-
Toulouse
they're
is owned
just
by Redbird.
yeah. So it's the same deal.
Yeah.
They're all the same guys. Elkin and your guy. It doesn't matter. They're all in the same. They go to the
There's
same.
robots, yeah.
Yeah, they go to the same bath houses and the same creepy little parties. It's the same people, dude. So next year they're going to do the same thing. We'll be lucky if they don't sell Yildiz for Juicy plus Valenza. We're definitely going to
Yeah,
sell them already
man.
for Juicy plus Valenza. If one of these other players has a big breakout season and someone offers us money, they're going to
Yeah,
take it
there's
and sell them
gone
off.
for sure.
It's so hard to support that because they're not with you. They're not
No
building
way. They're
something
not
to
fans, man.
last.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're not. They don't
That's
want to
well
be like,
said.
oh, right.
That's well
We need
said.
to
They're not
win.
with you. They're not
No,
one of you. Like, and that's the thing that
no.
the fans misrepresent. And then they're banking off of you, the fans, to blindly support. The second you stop
Yeah, you're their
showing that,
bitch.
your team will become your team again. That is what
Yeah.
has to happen.
It needs to be, yeah, we need to stop filling the freaking
Yeah.
stadium and stop buying the crap.
Yeah.
And they release these new jerseys, and they're just posting them all over the place. They're like these green jerseys or whatever. And the players are modeling them. It's so freaking weird, dude. I was like, what is this crap, dude? What is buy this shit?
That's the
Buy
new way.
this, dude.
That's the new
Like
way.
collect the whole set.
That's the new
Like,
way.
oh my
Yeah.
god, dude.
You gotta catch them
Yeah,
all.
it's and I'm sure they made already millions and millions off it because
Oh
people
yeah.
are just like a bunch of single middle-aged men are just gobbling them up. Blah, 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 blah.
No, I mean, either way, with all that stuff that we usually really hammer on, do you think Juve's got Scudetto potential? I do.
Oh,
I don't think they'll win it, but I do think that they'll finish top three.
Scudetto potential to me means winning it. Top three, yes, I think we'll be in the top three just because everyone else is so bad.
I agree.
I don't think we're gonna win the games when they matter against Napoli, or as the season chugs on. I think we're at a day. Tudor's been doing a good job so far. He had kept the first two games clean
Yes.
sheets.
Yep.
There were some miraculous saves by a couple by Bremer specifically, but we got pretty lucky to keep those clean sheets. But now we just back-to-back games where we let the floodgates wide
Yeah.
open, and we're totally exposed. And I think that now even the worst coaches can go to the little Ouija board over there, whatever they call it, and show their players the most basic ways to take advantage of this weak midfield and this horrible defense. we have 6 attackers that are good attackers for 3 positions. We have 2 average center midfielders, and we have 1 above average center back. That's very problematic considering how much we did actually spend, because we always had to have a lot of things that Juntli had. We had to pay off a lot of Juntli's loans that he had. We had a lot of loan obligations. So no, I don't see how it happens. I think we'll finish second. I really do.
That
I
was
don't know
my
who
call as
else
well.
does.
My call was Napoli followed by Juve, as far as it goes,
Yeah.
and then it's going to be a Inter Milan battling for third and fourth, I think.
Totally agree. I think that's exactly how it's going to pan out. I think some of the teams that were in the fight last year, like Atalanta, Bologna, Roma was, Lazio dropped out of
Yeah,
it. Roma was
they'll
running
come
up
in
into
and out of
it.
the mix. They will,
Yeah.
and one of those
Yeah,
teams that
they'll be
may surprise
factors.
you, but probably not.
They'll be factors week to week, but yeah, I don't think they're going to have any. I don't think they're going to be top 4 teams, or I don't think the fight will be as close as it was last year.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
I'm kind of
you
hoping
never know.
Conte just uses his backups in Champions League and just bombs everybody, blows everybody out in the Serie A, just walks with it, and then says we'll worry about Champions League next year. We got a little more depth.
Probably, yeah. The thing is, Italy does need to do well in Champions League because it really does bring a lot of stuff to the league, and the more and more the league struggles financially, the worse they're gonna look.
It
So,
that's never. I don't buy that argument. Here's why: because it doesn't matter. That kind of money does not overcome the deficit that we have with our TV deals. It's
no,
not
of
even
course,
close.
no, of course not that. But I mean,
So like
individually
we're
for a
gonna be
team,
like,
it's a lot though. What do you win for Champions League? It's a lot, no?
sure, but like I mean, how far do you see either of these teams going? Like really, in terms of depth, like going deep into the
Oh no,
Champions League.
I mean, Napoli could
You
do
know,
it, but
you think so?
Napoli could win it. Why not? I mean, it's if you have a team that is win a one-off game,
Yeah.
fine.
Oh no, yeah, but I think it's hard. I don't think they can win. They can fight in 2 competitions. I just don't. I don't know.
No, I mean,
They
I don't know if they have enough depth yet. I think you're right. About a year should be good from now, right? But
Yeah, some of their bench guys need to some of their young
yeah,
guys need to
Luca
kind of get in there and
has to
psych up.
grow, grow in the game more. I'd like to see
Yeah,
Marinucci, get a little better.
yeah,
There's just people who still have to kind of move up the ranks, but and you're right, like Lukaku's injured, so I mean there's a couple things going against him, but
yeah. The Lukaku injury is a big one for me because he's
I just
such
hope they
a
do well enough. I hope they do well enough,
yeah.
a good representation. They go out maybe in the quarters or semis. It's just fine. Okay, whatever. You do
I
something
think
like
that
that.
who's in there? What's their schedule? Can you click on their? Can you find their
Oh, yeah,
Napoli's?
yeah.
Before we wrap this up, I know we're trying to
No, it's good. It's good.
put a bow
I'll
on
look this
this,
up
but
here.
I'd like to see who they have in their on their menu.
Napoli, Napoli.
Uh,
I'll look up
just click
Napoli's
on matches
schedule.
there. Yeah,
Schedule. Napoli has Man City this Thursday. They've got Sporting
yeah.
Lisbon. They've got PSV, Frankfurt,
Those are all beatable teams.
Karabag,
Yeah,
Benfica.
yeah.
Who else they got?
Well, those are all beatable teams. No, you had it.
There's
Just go back. Yeah,
Karabag,
I'm pretty sure.
Benfica, Copenhagen, and
Chelsea,
Chelsea. So I mean, like the tough teams, they got Chelsea. They've got Benfica's
Benfica.
feisty.
Yeah, there.
Frankfurt's decent. Sporting can be
Man City.
feisty, and Man City. No, they got a decent group.
I mean,
It's not a cakewalk. That's a good group.
well, Frankfurt, Sporting, and Benfica should be wins.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
In
the only team that they should
in
not
the
be
real
is going to
world,
be Man
yeah,
City.
Man City and Chelsea should be battles. Those are one-off games. That's fine.
Yep.
But yeah, those should be wins. However, I think that Conte is going to run a lot of his backups because he always prioritizes the league, and I think that is correct. I think what happens with old school coaches like that is once they get to a certain point, then they start bringing their boys in. Then they start bringing if they get through the group stage, they will bring in their primo team for the bigger Champions League games. But I just don't think Conte is going to prioritize that as much as the Serie A. So I think they're still okay in Serie A. We'll see.
I think he's going to run his full out starters there. I think there may
You
be
think so?
I think there may be a couple of games where they don't, but I think he's going to go for it. Yeah. We will see. We will see. All right, let's do a little preview of next week here.
Oh yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we will call it here.
Okay.
All right, let me pull up the menu here of next week's fixtures here. Started. Okay, We've got Lecce versus Cagliari. I'm gonna go Cagliari here just because I want them to win. I'm gonna go 2-1 Cagliari.
Nothing, Cagliari. They keep the clean sheet, baby.
Beautiful. Bologna, Genoa at Bologna. These two teams are gonna be very similar. I think they're both not gonna deliver to the promise, but I think Bologna comes back and wins this one. Maybe 1-0, something close.
Yeah, it's definitely be a close game. Genoa is very well coached. They just don't have a lot of talent. But Genoa is a very disciplined team. So yeah, I agree with you. 1-0 Bologna.
Verona, Juventus at Verona. I don't think Juve should struggle with Verona. Verona's quite a bad
No,
team. One of my picks to possibly go down here. Yeah, Juve 2-0.
say 3-0. I think we're gonna keep scoring goals. I think Lloyd Kelly's gonna get another one. Greatest defender of all time,
That's
Lloyd
right.
Kelly.
That's right. Dean Huijsen. Don't need him.
Yeah, who
You
knows
need
that
Lloyd
guy?
Kelly.
Guy sucks.
Milan
Yeah, Kelly.
Udinese at Udinese. Udinese's got some battle in them. Milan struggles against physical teams times. Man,
This is a good counterpoint to Milan here. This is a good counterpoint to the Allegri strategy.
yeah.
And I forget the coach's name there, but he does do a damn good job
Runyaich
doing
maybe?
what
Is
he
that it?
does. I forget. I
Is it
don't know.
Runyaich? Let me see. I don't know.
Is that
Maybe.
like pudgy blonde guy?
I don't know. I think his name's Runyaich, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm having
Yeah.
this tough one with this, but I could see Milan maybe pulling off like a 2-1 win, or I could see like a 2-2 tie, something like that. But it's good. I think it's gonna be close. It surprised me. But I think it's
I
gonna
think
be a
this
close,
is
hard fought game.
I think this is a 1-1 game. I think that your Allegri's poor midfield choices of Loftus Cheek and well, I
Fafana's the
guess
worst
Loftus Cheek's
one.
playing.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
Fofana.
Fafana's been awful.
Here, Modric will dance circles around him. Rabiot is always up for a good fight. But I think if they do struggle, it would be against maybe a team like Udinese. I could be
Yeah, I
wrong
mean,
about this
well,
one, but I see a 1-1.
Santi Jimenez is gonna struggle here. And
Oh yeah.
because he's not physical enough to push people around here, and he's not fast enough to dance around them. I think actually what's going
Right.
to happen here is if Milan wins this game, it's going to be off the back of guys like Leao, Pulisic, and Nkunku, who all have wheels on them. They're all fast. So that's actually
Oh
how you're
yeah.
going
I
to get
forgot
through.
you got that Nkunku guy. Yeah.
I don't think Jimenez is going to be fantastic here. He might get an opening, but I'd imagine if Udinese is playing tight to him, he's not going to do much. And you're probably going to want to bring in those guys. We'll see if Leao is healthy. If he is, I think Milan's going to pull it off 2-1. If he's not, it might be a tie.
Well, I think that Nkuku's a really good household name that you guys should throw out there against Udinese and let him really etch that into the memories of all Milan fans everywhere.
I think he's going to be pretty solid. Just got to watch out for
The
the injuries,
passion.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Lazio, Roma at Lazio. So our first, I guess, second derby of the season already in a couple weeks here. So I already had Juve, Inter, and
Yeah.
now Lazio, Roma. I don't know what's going to happen here. I feel like these teams are both almost their teams. I have no idea because sorry with Lazio. Who knows? Gasperini with Roma. I think if it was Ranieri, I would easily pick Roma here, but
Yes.
it's
Yes.
not. I might call it tie
Well,
like a
well,
2-2.
Ravella's out. Ravella is out.
Uh,
So Lazio lost when Cataldi started. Then they won with Ravella started. Then it was 0-0. Then Ravella went down. They ended up losing the game. So
I guess I got to go Roma win
Ravella,
then.
yeah, Ravella is a massive piece of the Lazio puzzle, and I actually would prefer Lazio to win, just because Roma I think is playing one Italian,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, so
Cristante
the hell
and
with Roma. I couldn't give a
somebody
shit
else.
about
Yeah.
that team then if they're not going to do that, and if Dybala doesn't play, even though he's probably one of my favorite players in Serie A, period, certainly the best to watch. No, I think Roma's going to take this one. I just think Lazio didn't do what they needed to do, and Sarri keeps picking weird lineups.
Yeah. Lazio couldn't make any transfers this
No, they couldn't.
off
Yeah,
season. It's kind of wild. Funny
2-1
that
Roma.
like Sorry didn't know that coming in. So it's
Yeah.
wild,
Well,
wild stuff.
he just would have ruined the team anyway. That's like a blessing in disguise. Like that guy would just mutilate that roster.
I mean, if you think about it, like Lazio's team is good. They needed a couple pieces, right? They need
Yeah,
one real center back, right? One good center back. Their right sided back is not great. The upgrade there. Their midfield, if they ran it the right way, is totally fine starting lineup wise. They need a backup
yeah.
maybe. And
So the
honestly,
strikers,
their
man.
wingers are okay. Like they got Castellanos up there, but they also have Cancelliere. They have Isaacson, who was great
Isaacson,
last year.
yeah,
They have good
and
wingers. They've got
Pedro, baby.
Zaccagni. I mean, they have good pieces. They just need a couple of class pieces in there, take it to
Yeah.
the next level. So yeah, I guess I don't really want to see that team destroyed.
No, fans get really frustrated and bitchy when their teams don't make a lot of signings, and everyone wants a lot of signings because that because it's like a lot of
Exciting,
goals.
yes.
It
It's
makes you
like
excited.
getting a gift.
You can clap and jump. There's new swag to buy. You're like, ooh yeah, I didn't know what I was doing today, but now I got something to do.
The
So
swag.
you don't need to do that. If your team is solid, you just add a piece or two. Unfortunately, they couldn't add anything. But yeah, that's kind of like the deal with Inter over the years, and that's
Yeah.
just how Beppe Marotta ran the show when he was at Juve. He just we always had like just a few pieces in here or there after he established obviously the rebuild, just a couple pieces, just kind of chug along. I know Inter fans.
Hmm?
I was talking to one of them on the Juve where's the Juve podcast. Real nice guy. And he was kind of emphasizing. He's like, what, we didn't really make a lot of moves. I go, yeah, but I don't think Marotta really does that. If he takes advantage of like he tries to find good pieces and on good
Yeah, he
deals, and
doesn't
when
do
he
that
does, he
like
gets
full
some.
revamps really.
Yeah, he's probably got to change his style a little bit with the new management that they got there. But going back to Lazio, it's not the worst thing in the world that they didn't make a bunch of stupid signs, which is inevitably what they would have done with Sarri,
No, it's
especially
just
if he's telling them.
can this team play in a sorry style? I don't think they can. There's not enough high ultra skill out there. There's good skill, but there's not what they need. Like
I mean,
Sorry is like the tiki taka coach and they play very attractive looking ball when it's time. Uh, I just don't think the team's talented enough to do it.
they're not, and it's fine. Asari needs to adapt. I'm sick of these system coaches. They're just so overrated.
I don't disagree, and yeah, I do think that since Ravella's out and he's definitely their linchpin, yeah, Roma probably pulls it off 2-1, something like that. Torino
Yeah,
Atalanta at Torino. I think Atalanta should win this game. I think Torino's a bad team. I'm gonna go 3-1 Atalanta or maybe 2-0, something with like a 2 goal.
I'll go 1-0 Atalanta.
Like it. Cremonese Parma at Cremonese. Do they continue their semi hot hand here? I think they do, and they get a close win
Yeah,
1-0 Cremonese.
yes, I agree. Cremonese edges Parma because they love edging.
Fiorentina Como.
Fiorentina bounces
Uh
back. I think that was a tough game. Como is scary. Just because if they're on their day
yeah,
and
yeah.
they get their energy and their good vibes, bro, they're gonna do really well. But
Yep.
I think that Fiorentina has had a rough run. I think Pioli's gonna make some adjustments and learn some things over the past few weeks. He's gonna have a much better starting lineup. I think Fiorentina takes Como 2-1.
Uh I worry about this game because Fiorentina hasn't had a lot of success recently.
Oh, they have
Their confidence will be lower, and I fear that Como beats them. But I'm really want Fiorentina to win, so I'm gonna go same thing. Fiorentina 2-1. More
yeah.
out of the heart than the mind here. Inter Sassuolo at Inter. I think they really should bounce back. Sassuolo, you never know. In the past, they've been giant killers, and they'll surprise you with a random draw. I think Inter's gonna win this one. I don't think it's gonna be very clean, but I think later on in the game they'll pull ahead maybe and win like a 2-1, 3-1. But it's probably gonna be close for a lot of the game, like a 1-1 or a 0-0 for quite a while. What do you think?
I think Inter's gonna pound him 3-0.
All right.
I think it's gonna feel like a proper pounding. I think they're pissed. They were unlucky to lose that last game. They, you know, they're gonna come out and they're gonna show up.
We'll see. Napoli Pisa at Napoli. I don't think there's any way Napoli loses this game. It's too early in the season. They're not splitting between
Well,
competitions yet.
yeah,
I'm gonna go 2-0.
yeah, I think 2-0 Napoli. I think that's a good call on that. And I want to see some of the young guys. Come on, it's Pisa. It's a
Yeah, if
newly
they get a
promoted
lead,
team.
especially if it's a 2 goal lead, I do want to see some of the
Uh,
young guys.
yeah, get them out there with these experienced, awesome, freaking leaders that you have out
Mm-hmm.
there. That's why I was so excited that he started doing that with all these signings, bringing these young guys. Be like, hey man, these guys are here to learn.
Yeah.
We're gonna grow, and that's the way.
Table recap: Napoli and Juve with 9, Cremonese and Udinese with 7 apiece, Milan and Roma with 6, Atalanta 5, Cagliari with 4, and Como with 4. Torino also with 4. Inter down in 11th with 3 points, but it's early, so it is. But they're already 6 points back from Juve and Napoli already.
Yep.
Lazio same, Bologna same, Sassuolo same, Fiorentina 2 points.
Oof.
Yeah.
It's tough, man. We saw last year some teams, it took the whole year for them to recover from a
Yeah.
shitty start. It's very it's very hard to recover from a shit start like that. They need to
Yep.
Fiorentina needs to get it together like now.
Inter needs to get it together like now because
Same with
if
yeah, they will.
Inter ties Sassuolo, fully possible, they're gonna be way out of it. They're gonna be already like back or
Yeah.
something like that. That's 3 games. It's not crazy,
I
but
just
I don't know.
I just don't understand how they can have that big of a fall off with basically the same roster from
Exhausted,
last year.
man. They're mentally exhausted right now. Like they're gonna like show up like when it's time to play a big game, and once again they failed. Like they played a big game
Dude,
against Juve, they were all up for it, and they failed again. Like
snap out of it. It's your job.
Inter so far is a failure team when it gets close.
They are. But snap out of it. This is your job. Like you should easily beat these teams. We're not talking about Champions League finals against some little flashy, you know, sweet new team with some great coach
Right?
that, behind the wheel. We're talking about a bang average Juventus. We're talking about, who they lose to last week, I forget. Udinese
Yeah, of
was. Come on. That's just prima donna players not showing up and doing their damn job.
course.
Got to go to work, guys. Got to go to work. Some days you don't feel like it, but you got to do. You got to suck it up and earn your fucking paycheck. So that's my thing with Inter. Their roster is still so good, and it's the same guys that have brought all that success for so long. So no excuses, dude. I don't care who's coaching you.
Yeah, there
You know?
really isn't any excuse. I mean, they brought in Akanji, who I think is a really good player. Sukic looks very, very talented. Everybody else is basically the same.
Yeah.
I mean, it should not be a problem. They're just mentally burnt right now, I think. And once they recover, they're gonna be back in it. But it's taken them a few games, and I thought it would. You could even see it with guys like Barella on the national team. He just has been a little out of it. DeMarco hasn't been as good as he usually is, even for the national team, even going forward. It's just those guys from Inter are a little off.
There. They need to
So
get it together.
they do. All right, that's it. We'll call it here. Everyone, thank you for joining us. As always, try to like and subscribe. Helps us out a lot. Forza Calcio and this year's theme, Forza Balance Sheets. Ciao.